Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Today it's match day, and what a match, because it's Juventus against Juventus next gen, the usual traditional family day. And of course today we will do a watch along, so be ready to put that notification ring on, because it will be the first official watch along of season 25-26. Ragazzi miei, no, we will not see Bremer and Gatti forming a center back duo as anticipated by Gazzetta dello Sport. They were totally wrong. For what reason? Because Bremer has not been called up. What a disaster. Anyway, put a maximum of like if you didn't yet. Please continue to subscribe to the channel, because we go with the news. When I opened the official squad list of today, I was already noticing immediately that a few players were missing. I already told you about Bremer. Is he injured? No, he is not injured, but actually Juventus is managing his playing time, his recuperation after playing some games. We know that he played 45 minutes against Reggiana, 45 minutes against Dortmund on Sunday. Today there is the family game, so we don't want to stress, we don't want to put too much work on his legs, and we want to have him at full form for the game against Atalanta. Maybe they're increasing a bit of minutes, so it makes totally no sense for playing today. He could have been probably called up and being on the bench, could have been. For the rest, if we are not planning to play him, it's totally correct. Another player that is missing is Mattia Perin, and here I start having my question marks, of course, because we are starting on the 24th, so in 12 days, 11 days, we are starting with Serie A, and at the moment, we don't have a second goalkeeper. We have a third one, that is Pinsoglio. So is it related to Calcio Mercato? I don't think so. I think he's still recuperating from the hand, but if he's not able to play a game in family that is not the same stress level as against Dortmund, of course, we are starting to ask ourselves questions. Another player that will miss, but we knew it, was Milik. Another player that will miss is Cabal, and we knew it 100% because these two players are injured. And then, of course, I was a bit scared when I didn't see the number 17, Vasilije Adzic, on the squad list. The first thing I was asking myself is, did he had an injury, like for example in the beginning of the last season? Then I checked also the called up for the next gen team. He will play with the number 45 with the next gen. What is the reason behind it? I don't have any official reason. What I'm thinking about is that we really want to give him a lot of playing time, probably even playing 60 minutes, 75 minutes, maybe with the next gen against Juve first team. So I'm really curious to see him today. And of course, at the moment, we know it. And last season he played between two teams. He could potentially also reinforce the team of Mr. Brambilla in the beginning of the season, where the Mercato is still not closed there. Let's see the game of today. I can't wait, because it's always an epic, a really beautiful historical tradition that we are repeating, even if it's not anymore in Villar Perosa, with that charm that we know. It is what it is, but it's beautiful to see. I believe more than 30,000 Juventini in the Allianz Stadium today. There will be a big newness today, because for the first time there is an aesthetical change in the Allianz Stadium after 14 years. The benches of both teams will not be integrated anymore into the stands, but they will be there a bit closer to the field. That is actually freeing up a lot of seats for Juventini to be able to assist. And this is for the game of today, so don't miss the watch along. We will of course start a bit earlier today. Ragazzi, we go to the other news, of course, the one that we are all waiting for, maybe also scoring a goal. It is Kenan Yildiz. Kenan Yildiz infiamma lo stadio. He's putting the stadium on fire. It's not anymore the Kenan Yildiz of 2 seasons ago that was a total unknown for people that were not following the youth academy. It is not the Kenan Yildiz, the new number 10 that is actually approaching the very first season as a professional in first team, but it's a number 10 that is now reassured. That's a number 10 that has already a year of experience, that has already some goals at his active. It's already a number 10 that matured a lot, and we are expecting a lot from him, like for example Mbangula said today in the interview in Gazzetta dello Sport. Well, there will not be KOLO MUANI, a promise that Gazzetta dello Sport made, or at least they were telling us that this was the huge big mission of KOLO MUANI and Juventus, to have him in the family game. Well, except if he goes now from Paris to take a plane and to go to Torino, I don't believe that he will make it on time. But Gazette Tutto Sport is confirming that there are high chances of KOLO MUANI still coming back to Juve. They don't give us a date, but KOLO MUANI, the chances for him to go back to Juve are quite high. 80% of possibilities. Will continue to speak about KOLO MUANI in the next few days. For the moment, no big changes. 50% for O'Reilly. Riley, that I already told you, is a real objective of Juve, even if the name of Carezas, the young Greek player that is playing in Belgium, are also there, rumored in the Continassa offices. So these two players will not be there. A player that will be there is Dusan Vlahovic, and probably not only for the game of today, but maybe even for the remaining part of the season. Why? Because today Gazzetta dello Sport is putting Rasmus Hojlund in huge, in big, in front, faccia da diavola, the devil face of Rasmus Hojlund. And Fabrizio Romano a few minutes ago reported that Milan is in advanced stage on Rasmus Hojlund for a deal. Talks ongoing with Hojlund that for the first time is opening the doors to AC Milan with a loan of 6 million euro, 45 million for the buy option with a clause. Salary covered by I don't know which team, and actually I don't care, but they are really close to make a deal for Rasmus Hojlund to bring him in Italy. You will tell me, Beppe, why are you covering the Milan news? Well, it's simple, because if Rasmus goes to Milan, well, Dusan will not go to Milan, which is a huge big problem. Like Corriere dello Sport is putting Dusan Vlahovic on the ground there on their first page. Dusan e getta, use and throw away. It's a really strange title, but Vlahovic fa muro. Vlahovic is doing the wall. He resists. He doesn't want to leave. He refused in the last few days a few offers from Premier League because they were not playing Champions League, and Juve is starting to be extremely worried. If he doesn't leave, it could be a problem financially, a huge big problem, also because Juventus has at the moment absolutely no intention to count on Dusan Vlahovic for the season. I will be extremely curious, especially if KOLO MUANI arrives, what will be the destiny of the Serbian number 9 of Juve. Extremely curious. One that could play maybe the last few games at Juve could be Lloyd Kelly, because there are interest, like we told you yesterday, from Sunderland. I told you as well from Burnley, but they are telling us from UK that also Wolverhampton is interested in Lloyd Kelly. If he's not really open to go to Sunderland or Burnley, I have no idea what his opinion about Wolverhampton. Let's see what can happen there. I tell you, and I'm extremely controversial today at the moment, I think that at the moment I'm not even sure if it's a good idea to let Lloyd Kelly go without a valid left foot replacement. If we already have a name in mind, why not? Why not? I totally agree with that, but without any names, and at the moment it's not that we have a lot of names that are circulating, I think it could be a problem. Donnarumma will not go to Juve. Some people were already going totally crazy. Beppe, can we go for Donnarumma? No, he will not go to Donnarumma, because apparently after some big troubles with Paris Saint-Germain, we heard his words, we heard the words of Luis Enrique yesterday. He already found apparently an agreement with Manchester City to join Pep Guardiola. Fabrizio Romano is also actually stopping the dreams of a lot of Juventini that were dreaming to have Leoni at Juve, because Liverpool that is spending. Well, they go for two players. They go for Gay, £35 million, and they also increase the offer for Leoni from Parma, going towards 35 million euro also for him. They don't even need him, and probably they will even leave him 1 year on loan to Parma, which Cherubini, which we super happy about, because that's what he was expecting. A few words about Mbangula. He said, I would have loved to stay at Juve, but Juve told me clearly that they needed to sell me to actually cash in. I told to Tudor when we were in USA that I was ready to play whatever position just to make him happy, just to play, but he said clearly to me that I was absolutely out of project. Then he spoke about Juve Scudetto team. He said, yes, I believe in it. Even last year we could have done beautiful things, but injuries impacted a lot. I really believed in Thiago Motta, but the injuries didn't help. Who could be the man of 25-26? He said Yildiz is already a certainty like Bremer, but I go all in for Teun Koopmeiners. Let's see if he was right or not. I see you later today for the watch along. Grazie, forza, Juve.